All right, well, it's finally here. We got it. We got our e-bike that we're setting up for hunting here. So I said, but this is the one I want. So I bought it myself, Black Friday deal. Regular is $1,700. I got it for $1,000. So what do we got here? We got a Fiido T1 Pro is what we have. And I'll show you more when we put it together. But before we put it together, we're doing some change. I just let the air out of this. We are changing. These tires are the tires that come with it. They are CSTs, and they're a good tire, but they're a street tire. I already bought a long time ago and have had them sitting here, CST BFTs, a more off-road tire for what we're going to use for these. So we're going to install those tires on there today. Since I already got the front wheel off, we're going to put them on there, yank the back wheel off, put them on there. I got a whole bunch of other little things in here that's going to go on there, tubes and locks and toolkits and baskets. This goes on. And I got a lot of stuff we're putting on it. I got all the pieces and parts sitting here. Battery sits right here, which I actually have charging right now. It's got charged for about 7 hours. So the battery's sitting right there. So we're going to dive into building this thing and putting it together. And then, dogs chasing cats. And then we will walk you through the process and how we're going to set it up once we got it together. All right, here it is. Bike is done. Let me walk you through it, show you what we got going on here, but we have it all set up. So this is that Fiido T1 Pro is the model. The Pro being the upgraded one because you got extra gussets and stuff on here. This thing is rated to hold 450 pounds, and it says that if you're doing pedal assist as well, you can get 93 miles out of that battery. That battery is huge. We will see what happens. 750 watt-hour motor. It is unlockable. I have it unlocked. There is a rocket mode on here that unlocks that. We'll show you that, and that gives me, I just had it as it is set up right now at 22 miles an hour just on my little side street where I ran out of room at. But so it does very well for that as far as that kind of stuff goes. We did change the tires out. These are the tires that came on it. These are a street tire for this because it is a cargo bike. You can see the difference between what I put on there with the knobby tires and versus these street tires as far as off-road use. These are no good. These were not expensive. I got both the front and the rears for I think 40 bucks, 20 bucks a tire. They're the same brand. They're CTS, and these are also CTS. So same brand, same kind of thing, 4-inch by 20. Now the advantage to a 20-inch tire, why I specifically wanted a 20-inch tire, there's a few things I wanted on this bike, like a cat cruising around. I don't blame him. It's pretty cold out, so he's going to hang out in here for a little bit. Doors are open. But anyway, the advantage to a 20-inch tire is it gets the center of gravity down low. All the weight is down low. If these were 26-inch tires, this would be up here, and it would make the bike way more tippy. So by having 20-inch tires, we end up being much more compact and lower to the ground, so we get that benefit of that. Now, as far as ground clearance and stuff, I don't care. I'm not driving it over rocks, and I'm not mud bogging this thing. What I'm trying to do is basically, I'm not driving over logs. I'm basically trying to go down dirt roads and 2 tracks to save a lot of walking time. That's what I'm after. Gates closed, 6 miles of road. If I want to go back there and hunt 5 miles in, I can shoot back there at 20 miles an hour and get right there quick and easy and then start hunting. Okay, that's the beauty of this. Now, it came with the basket. Comes with the basket on the front. Comes with a flat board rear, as you can see right here, rear rack. You can put anything you want to on it. I mounted a milk crate on here. This is one of those double-sized milk crates. And I have it with these industrial zip ties that I always have. I have tons of them. But they're big and they're releasable. That's why I left a little slack. If I want to pop this off, I can push the tab, release these, and I still got enough room to put them back on. This rack will not move. It is so rock solid. That's how I mounted them on my 4-wheelers in the past too. These are what they are right here. I don't know what they're called. I don't know anything about them anymore. I bought them as a case. I have a case of these things. Right here's what they are, right here. So if you want to look them up, that's what they are. Okay, that's exactly what I have right here. They're 24 inches long, big releasable zip ties. And so I have that basket mounted there, on there. We have foam around the outside of this. This is just pipe insulation foam. And the reason that's on there is I can put my backpack in here, and then on top of this, I can lay my bow anywhere I want to. I can put my bow kind of on an angle so it comes across like this. I can put my bow straight across. I can do whatever I want and use one of these bungees to just strap it right down. This will, when you push into this, the bow doesn't move. I've done it. That's how I did it on both my other fat tire bike, and that's how I used to do it on my quads, on my 4-wheelers. Just lay the bow right on here and put a bungee strap right over top of it. It worked sweet, simple. simple and easy, and it was very universal and functional, okay? It worked like a champ. So that's what we got. We got extra bungee straps there for whatever I need. We actually have an actual tie-down strap on here, too, in case I need that. Just one on there. We have this water bottle is not for water. This water bottle, it will be, but this water bottle is my ice chest. I take this in my truck with me too, but I can fill this full of ice. This is a half-gallon bottle. Fill the whole thing jam-packed full of ice. This will last me 3 days of keep filling it with water and drinking it. So I can have this as my ice-cold water. I can carry 5-8 waters with me, or a half gallon or gallon of water, pour it into this. It gets cold, pop this off, drink it. It's just held on with a bungee cord here. It does not move, does not rattle, does not make noise. You can see I stealth stripped right underneath there, right where it sits. Dead quiet, doesn't move. And it's set perfect right there behind my seat. I don't feel it. I'm on the seat. It's not a big deal. And it works like a champ. So that's perfect. The reason I mounted this crate this way is to give me the room I knew I wanted to do this, and also so that both of these main supports, these lateral supports here and a lateral support here, are on the frame. If I put it the other way, this end hangs off and it's only supported through the floor part. I wanted it locked in on these 2 horizontal frames on there, and besides that, my seat tips up like this to get access to the battery. I have to remove the water bottle too, but and then I can pull this whole battery out of here. If I had that sideways and ran it to the end, the battery, because of this angle that the battery comes out, it would hit the top of this. So that's how that's set up. But this is how we access the battery. We got our key switch right here for it to turn it on and off. Locks in. There it is right there. Sweet, simple, and easy. This is a 7-speed bike. I'm not going to give you many details on the bike. So there's the bike setup. So we got our basket in the front that comes with the bike. Here I have my bike chain right here for locking this thing down to a tree. I just got it held down with some of those night-eye gear ties right here. Just and it's wedged in there, sits perfect, and it's not going to move, but I got it if I need it. This is a cooler in here. This strap is just because I will be driving this on a bike rack, you'll see here, down the road. And doing that, I want to make sure that I don't lose my cooler. But this cooler can pop out of there and stand right up on top of here. Now, this bike, the basket moves, the handlebars are independent of the bike, of the basket. So I do got to be careful about what I put up here, up high in the front, that I don't hit it with my handlebars. But the cooler fits perfect with this box here. The cooler will sit right between here and right in there, and it sits in here absolutely perfect. I took the plastic out of it right there so that I can compress it down in here, and I just put one of these on here just to keep it there for while I'm driving. Inside of this little ammo box, which is also held on with just a gear tie, one of those night-eye gear ties, the tab pops open, and then with that off, I can open the door. I don't have to remove this. But inside of there is my bike repair kit, patch kit, spare tube, compressor, refill, or pump. Sorry, not a compressor. It's actually a pump, tire pump in there. Everything I need for bike repair is inside of here, including a tube, including, a spare, 2 of these spares of this in here, and a spare tie-down strap like that if I need it, and a 100 or 50-foot piece of paracord in case I needed it to tie stuff down too. So that's my little tool kit right there. Cooler here. My lock down, a 6-foot chain so I can lock it down. I also notice you see that there is no crossbar here. I wanted a step-through design bike. That was very important to me. And I also wanted fenders. Okay, I needed the mud fenders, the mud guards. Very important. I don't want this crap flying all over me when I'm out there driving. I don't want to deal with it. And also, the advantage to the step over is that when I have this bike loaded down, deer in here, stands and sticks on there, head sitting on top of that with antlers, my bow on here, all this stuff on here, my pack, I don't want to fight to lift a leg over this bar. With this one, it is super simple to step through, and I can be down here like this and comfortable. Maybe it's a short guy thing, but being able to step through and not have to come up and over and fight this thing when it's loaded down is a brilliant thing. I could put 2 more water bottles if I want to, but again, I don't want to because I want the smooth step through option. We do have adjustable forks on the front, and we have a suspension seat post right there, which is pretty sweet. That's a pretty sweet setup. If we power this thing up, I think I showed you all my accessories that I put on here as far as how I'm setting it up, and then I'll show you that in a minute. But like I said, pretty sweet bike. It was on sale, too. I think it still is on sale right now, and for $1,000. $1,000 is a pretty good deal for this. Holds 450 pounds, comes with a front rack, has a nice big, it's called a cargo bike is what it's called. designed to carry heavy weight. It is called a actual cargo bike, not an off-road bike, hence the reason I had to change of tires. Tires were cheap and easy to do. It came with the headlight, high and low beam. These I put on here in case I do have my pack in there or deer in there, and I got my tree stand, my Rubicon, and my sticks laying on top of that, and I have that buckled down. I can then throw my bow in these front ones. Usually I will not do that. Usually my bow will be strapped on the back of here, but if I want to, these are set on here and mounted on here, and I can put my bow on here and just be very careful and see where it's going, and it does clear my handlebars. So when I turn, we have no issues. So I can put my bow on there and have that set as a spare place to carry it. So like I said, pretty sweet setup. Pretty cool setup. When we hopefully enjoy it, hopefully gain some ideas from it. Like I said, we got our bow rack on the front for those times. I won't use this a lot for deer hunting. I will actually be taking this with me to Alabama, but it's not meant to be a deer hunting bike, even though I'll use it for that occasionally. It's more for a hog hunting setup. And with a hog setup and not bringing a stick and stand, I can fit a whole boned out hog in here. I can wear my backpack very easily. Again, low center of gravity, but I can wear my backpack, throw my hog meat in here, put my bow across the back of this. Plenty of setup on there. But that carrier for $79 is unbeatable. Nothing's going to match or beat this carrier for 89 bucks. There's just nothing going to do it. And just been flawless. Like I said, my other one, I had this exact same one. And that one with my fat tire regular bike that was set up very similar to this 26-inch fat tire bike that didn't have a battery. I drove that one from Michigan all the way down here to Georgia on the back of my Cherokee Trailhawk on a rack like this, and never one time in that whole 1,200-mile trip did I have to adjust anything or come back or tighten straps or do anything. Like I said, rock solid mount for you. I'll have a link down below for you. And you can see here, even on this really rutted out whoop-de-doo trail here, look at it on this thing. Okay, sorry, we're bounced around, but look at how I'll try and be real stable here, but see how that's stable? That's just a bike rack moving. It's on my rear camera here, but that's just the whole hitch carrier with the bike kind of rocking back and forth a little bit because it's a square in a square hole with a little slack. But like I said, you can see that bike's not moving at all on there and just holding rock solid. Again, look at that. Look at this. And that thing doesn't even move on there. Those metal poles that you see on there, those bolts that are through there, they have adjustable holes so you can move them wherever you need them to be. And right now my back tire is actually, you can see where the writing is on the back tire there, but the back tire is sitting on there so much that it treads actually coming out of the bottom of the rack. So it's tucked in there. The front is about halfway down the tire inside of there, which means that I can't bounce out of there anyway with the straps. But it's like I said, it holds it really good and locks her down pretty well. All right, let's see how long it takes to unhook this thing and be ready to go. So we just pop the straps here. There's one off of our pedal. Okay. A little tap. That way that just hangs. By doing that way it tips it and it still has the weight on there for support. So I take that one off, pull that right up on top here, disconnect this one, pull that one right up on top too. Then we disconnect this one. Let that drop there. Connect that one, let that one drop there. Grab the bike. And there it is. That's all there is to it. Right in the backpack. Here we go. Like that. And then I can put the bow on the front. I can put the bow here on the front if I want to, or I can put the bow back here. I prefer to put the bow back here on this kind of an angle, right here like this, just so that it's a narrower profile as it goes through. And then we're just going to take and hook this right into there, come right over like that, and we are good to go. There we go. All right, let's see you got out there on the trail. It does pretty good even on these where there is no road. We're not on a road here. And we got mud. But this is not an actual road. It's a walking trail is what this is, but there's a lot of sticks. What I like about having these mag wheels on here is I don't have to worry about anything getting jammed into them and breaking it, you know, breaking any spokes. But you can see there's a lot of debris, stuff like that in here, but it works really good. And with being 20-inch tires, oh, even here where all this hog rooting is, you can see that it's a little more bumpy than if it was a 26-inch tire bike. But the low center of gravity on this thing is just worth its weight in gold. You know, it handles everything so well. And you pedal right through, and when you pedal, it kicks in and pedals with you. Like right now, it's like I'm only pedaling like 10-20% of the work. The motor's doing the rest. So really simple. Or I can use full throttle right here. Or right now I'm pedaling and it's doing it with me. And like I said, it's doing most of the work for me. Hang on, I want to see something here real quick, sorry. But it's doing most of the work for me in this mode. Now if I just hit this throttle, okay, we hit the throttle, here it goes, and I can control it pretty well. And here's throttle, it'll go. And I don't want to go that fast through here, so we are slowing down because we're going to hit something and break something or flip over or something. Like I said, there's a lot of debris and crap out here. So we're just pedaling along, cruising along, letting it do most of the work for us. And we are in mode 1. So if we bump that up to another mode, it'll do more work for us. See, now it's actually it's making me go even faster. And I'm still pedaling the same, but it's like I'm out of here. Okay, then see, we gotta stop pedaling. We're gonna get carried away here. Look at all this hog rooting. And then it's got mode 3. Look at it's taking me off. I mean, look at that. We're going with it when you pedal with it. Okay, all right. Like I said, we're gonna look how rough this is. Okay, so we're gonna take that back down to 1. There we go. Look at all this hog rooting. We are coming back in here to hunt. We are 4.6 miles from the gate. And this area looks like a gold mine. And the only way to get back here is by bike or by foot or by horse. So that's pretty cool. It's a pretty sweet setup. Look at that. Look at that run back there. I'll bet that just loops around. I think tomorrow we're going to come in here and we're going to park. I got a few places marked. We're on our way out of here right now. But I got a few places marked in here. We've already went to the end, now we're going back out. But I got a few places marked where I might just park the bike and then do some serious walking back in here. This is some rough stuff right here where they got this all rooted out. But even on this, where it's not a normal road, this bike does pretty good. I can't complain. And like I said, if I just want to coast, or I mean run just electric like this, I can do it. And just feathering the throttle to keep the speed, or I can hit it and go. Like I said, a lot of versatility in this thing. There's been about 8 of these on the way. And one thing about having a big cargo bike like this, something like this, okay, you notice I keep my bow this way so that it's not completely long way, so it's not snagging on nothing. As long as I see this point clear, we're gold. So I watch this when we go through thick stuff. But see, and even if I fell, see how loose this is on here? So if I fell, it's not going to dig in, break, nothing. It's just laying there, held on perfectly. But we got to lift over these kind of things. There is no drive over this. Like I said, you only got 20-inch wheels, and you have a big you know, it's a lot of weight on this bike. This is about, as I got it set up now with my pack and everything on here and all that, I'll bet we're close to a 95-pound bike. So she definitely is more. Look how nice that step through is. Okay, rather than trying to get over a top bar here, look at how nice that is to just step right through this. God, I like that. Like it a lot. All right. bumps everywhere. Here's what I'm talking about. Watch that boat tip. As long as I see that boat tip clear, right there next to me, we're good. All right, so I think you guys get the gist of how this bike works and what it's capable of. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.